go. Yes. Good. Yes, fine. Yes, Summer. Nice. Good communication. Good.
Yes, I'm here, yes. Go.
Yes. So see the big cones?
Hamza.
Yeah. They're your final thirds. That way and that way. Okay. Once he's going to have a proper keeper, lads.
Well in, Victor! Hamza!
Hello everyone and welcome back to Stretford Paddock. Tom Parker filling in for Ethan James on the commentary for this week's fixture. It's a semi-final clash in the Rhodes Cup against De Salle, a team that we've already faced off against twice this season and haven't unfortunately managed to get the result. But a chance today for some redemption for the lads, of course, showing off that new third kit as well, which looks absolutely amazing. And if any of you have copped one, do let us know in the comments down below. It certainly looks to have spruced up the kit lineup this season, and hopefully we can get a win to mark its debut with some positive play. It's going to be a tough game. De Salle, of course, a well-established and historic club at this level, but you've got to beat the best to be the best, and that's what Paddock need to do to get some silverware this season. And a few new faces in the first team for that as well, which we will get into in a second when the lineups are shown. So here is that said lineup. The back five with the keeper and the back four is the same as usual. Jimenez in goal with Hobson out forward and Pickering aiming to protect him. A couple of changes in midfield. Sinclair remains, but Shakur comes in for Jenkins and Pearson comes in for Waters. And Abazor, Malloy and Jones are the front three for today's huge semi-final clash. It's going to be an important game to try and get some silverware and end this season on a high. It's been such a strong campaign for a club in its early infancy. De Salle certainly pretty much the opposite. And they come forward here with number 9. It's well played in. Lovely bit of footwork by the 7 there. And just plays it out to the far side. Gets the ball again. Whips it in. It's a good cross as well. Jimenez has to punch and then it's headed away again to the edge of the box. De Salle retain possession though here on the far side. 7 cuts back in field. Got a bit of space to work with on the ball here, De Salle, and that's a cynical challenge there. Tom Jones getting back and doing some defensive work. Only 2 minutes into the game, but a positive start from the home side, and it's a good header and it's a fantastic save. Victor Jimenez, well, he's pulled off some really good stops so far this season, and that's another one to add to his collection. Fingertips it over the bar, and early warning signs already for Stretford Paddock. Paddock just letting De Salle play out from the back at the moment. The keeper duly obliges and plays the ball out to the forward here, who just manages to get a nice little pass in, and the number 9's in here. Hobson tries to tackle him, doesn't get it. The shot's off the post, and the rebound is in. It's an early goal for De Salle. 9.5 minutes played, and that's not the start they would have wanted. Hobson trying his best to just nick the ball off the number 9, but he did well to shoot it across goal, and that's an easy tap in for the number 11, completely unmarked. That's a strong challenge from the number 4 on Hamza there. Nas trying to get the ball back. It's just at the moment slipping away from Paddock a little bit. They need to try and get themselves a foothold in this game. Oh, that's a cynical challenge. That's going to be a free. No, it's played on, actually. Referee waves play on, and the 6 has an effort from distance. Oh, my word, what a goal. Well, sometimes you just have to take your hat off and admire what is quite a stunning goal from the number 6. Pixie spot takes everyone by surprise, and it flies into the top corner. Jimenez knew nothing about it, and neither did Paddock. And out of nowhere, it's 2-0. Now, Paddock have struggled to make strong starts in these big games this season, and this looks to be another game that they're going to have to show that grit and that fight that they have shown many times in this campaign to try and get themselves back in it. But at the moment, it's all De La Salle, and it's an excellent looking ball, but it's well headed away. And Hams has played Kieran through here, and he's clean in. Oh, and the whistle has been blown for offside. Well, that was a very, very tight call. Let's have another look at it. Oh, well, you have to say, when Hams's foot makes contact with the ball, you'd probably say Kieran's onside there. That's a huge, huge call. Well, Paddock are going to have to find a route back into this game. Can't feel sorry for themselves, and they're battling, trying to get the ball off the number 9, and he's tricky again, and it's a good shot, and it's well saved by Jimenez. It's another effort, good save again, and another one, and he saved it yet again, and then a flag for offside, and that's an incredible triple save by Victor Jimenez, the first from the number 9 with his feet, and then he manages to recover after Paddock lose possession again. Another really decent effort from the 8, saves that one, and then the rebound as well, manages to fingertip it away. The offside means that it wouldn't have counted, but he'll still be happy with that. Now that's booted long by Jimenez, and the bouncer's potentially caught out the number 4 here, and Kieran's got some space, and he tries to head it to Hamza, but it's straight through to the keeper. Here's Pearson. His first start for the first team after playing for the reserve side. Oh, and the keeper's under pressure here, and Kieran gets the ball back, but Tom Jones has pulled up here. A really good chance for Paddock to maybe get a goal from a mistake. And that's not looking good for Tom Jones. He's had to battle through a couple of injury issues this season, and yet again has to be forced off the field of play. Pearson turns into space, and he plays a really nice pass out to Hobson on the far side. First time he can stretch his legs going forward. And Hobson into Ashton, and that's going to go harmlessly wide. Ashton, of course, has led the line several times for Paddock in Jones's absence. And the keeper has booted that up. And that is half-time, and a difficult half for Stretford Paddock. 2 early goals, yet again putting them under pressure. And they've got to try and find a way back into it. Well, if you're anything like me and you know, get out of bed a bit late sometimes and you have stiff legs or stiff arms, then you're probably wondering, is there a solution? Well, the solution is now, and the solution is the Mebak 3 massage gun. It helps relieve muscle soreness post-workout, it aids muscle recovery between workouts, and actually leads to better sleep and less muscle soreness and stiffness upon waking up. Now, this device is designed with 5 adjustable speeds and 7 head attachments, so it gives you plenty of range when it comes to your massage preferences. It can go up to a speed of 3,200 percussions per minute, and it can also deeply massage and hit every muscle group, massaging 12 millimeters deep into muscles. Now, it might be a lot of numbers, but this shows that it is easy to see why the Mebak is one of the best massage guns on the market. Now, it actually offers high stall force and comes with an embedded pressure level indicator that shows the pressure that you actually exert on your body using the device. So this gives you visual feedback in the course of your massage to help you know what speed you're on, and, you know, for future reference, if you want to go back to that speed, you've got that data right there. The Mebak 3 also has a built-in and detachable and rechargeable long-lasting lithium battery. It's strong and long-lasting, which is obviously what you want if you do want to get those, if you do work out a lot, or if you do have a lot of muscle stiffness when you do wake up. It can give you an effective massage with the fact that it does last 3 hours with a single charge. So the Mebak 3 is certainly one of the most cost-effective massage guns on the market, and you can get one by clicking the link in the description, and of course, as you would have seen on screen, using the code UPTHEPADDOCK, all in caps, at checkout to get 10% off your purchase. Well, welcome back to the second half. Paddock with a lot of work to do after what was a pretty tough first half with 2 early goals, but they've eased themselves back into this game and have found a bit more comfortable possession in midfield. And Mikey Burke newly on for the second half here. We all know how good he's been this season. And he uses his pace to good effect here. And he gets past the 15. And it's a cynical challenge in the end. And that's a shot that's gone into the penalty area. Headed away. Yet again, De La Salle holding firm. Paddock just cannot break them down at the moment. That's going to be a change. And Kieran Malloy, who's not had the easiest of games, is going to be replaced by Joa De Andrade. And Nasser fighting for the ball, and Sinclair. Omar Sinclair still with it now. Lovely bit of footwork. Almost loses it, does lose it there, but Pearson's in there. Strong challenge to win the ball back. And in the end, there's a little bit of a off-the-ball collision, and the referee is blown up and given a free kick De La Salle's way. Not what Paddock needed there. And a yellow card as well. He's had a solid debut, Pearson. Just showing the player progression through the different teams. And he's off there to be replaced by JP. Oh, that's a lovely little touch. And they can break forward here. De Andrade whips the ball across field. Mikey Burke is there. Hamza picks it up now. Still with it, Hamza. Oh, and he's pushed to the ground there. Shouts for a penalty, maybe. Not given. They're all over him there, De La Salle, and I think in the end, maybe just out-muscled by the number 5. Jimenez is going to play it to Oat. And Paddock needs something. They need a spark. They need something to get them back into this game. Just one little chance, maybe. And that's a good ball over the top. And Sinclair's actually got to it as well, and he plays it across. The 4's there, and it's just cleared away. De La Salle looking a little bit on the ropes. Yet again, getting the bodies on the line needed to get the ball away from danger. That's another long kick from the keeper. Certainly looked for those the majority of the game. It's a good turn from Burke, though. Now Sinclair. Can he use his pace here on the near side to progress Paddock up the pitch? It's a good bit of yardage that he's gained there. And he's tackled, and that's a free kick now. The referee not standing for any arguments there. Sinclair has a go, and not convincing from the keeper. Had to use his legs in the end. It's the first time Paddock have really tested him. It's a chance now to whip another ball in, but Balagizi puts it straight at the keeper. Oh, there's the full-time whistle. And our cup run ends at the semi-final stage. It's a third defeat this season to De La Salle, and a particularly tough one to take. Paddock, after conceding those 2 early goals, tried their very best to get back into the game. But it's very difficult to break down an opposition once they get that cushion. A fantastic second goal for De La Salle, in fairness. And again, Paddock just coming up short against one of the top teams in this region. Still time to get points towards the end of the season and finish it on a strong run of form. But it'll be disappointing, no doubt, to have lost this game. But we hope you can join us for the next one. I've been Tom Parker, and I hope to see you soon.
We tried something different. We worked on it in training. Something the players were on board with, something us as a coaching staff were on board with. And I don't think we executed what that plan was at all. We had 4 big games, I would say, this season. And in all of them, we've gone behind in the first 20 minutes. That's not a tactical thing. That's a mentality thing. It's not a personnel thing. You know, there's been different players in every team. But there's definitely something. We know teams love playing in front of the cameras. Everyone raises their game for it. And we know that when we step out onto the field, it's going to be like that. I think that's something at play in those bigger games. When teams have come out firing, and inevitably they gas out. As we saw today, probably for the last 40 minutes, they didn't attack. They had nothing to attack, but they also had a 2-0 lead to protect. And that was what we'd worked on, having not go like that all week, and obviously we didn't execute that. First goal, we haven't picked up our men, and we've reacted second in the 6-yard box. Not acceptable. Second one, it's one of them that you get caught with every now and then, isn't it? Disappointing, but you know, the lads hit it well. We didn't test their keeper anywhere near enough. We had some really good exchanges of play, some really good attacks early on. once teams sit back, they make it incredibly difficult for us. Low blocks work. There's a reason that they're played and the reason that they're deployed. And there was nothing we could do. We resorted to going a little bit more direct. Doesn't necessarily work with the personnel we've got. Teams are very adept usually at dealing with those aerial balls and the threat that they pose. So, yeah, it's a tough one to take. I thought in the first time that we played Salle, we were very fortunate to come away with the result. Couldn't say that in the second one. I don't think you can say that in the third one. We have to be better. You know, I just said to the lads at the end of the game there, we've been found wanting with some of the challenges that we've had this season. I think overall we can say it was a good season. We did come away with some silverware. Wasn't asked which one it was, and we're coming away with none. I wouldn't say some of the good performances and some of the good runs that we've been on mean nothing. We're a club that's 18-month-old, a little bit older, 19-month-old. We've achieved a fair bit in our time, and we will achieve more. And we are growing and developing as a club on and off the pitch, and that's where my focus is. Winning's great, and it'd be great to win things, and it'd be great to celebrate winning things. But we're not doing it for that. We're not doing it to just win things. And obviously, we wouldn't have gone in the leagues that we've gone in, and took the promotions that we were offered if it was just to win things. It'd have been easier for us to go in at the level a team's meant to go in, which is Division 3. We went in at Division 1. They asked if we wanted to be promoted to the Premier, and we said yeah. We'd have happily stayed in Division 1 and probably bullied that league if we wanted to be there. But we want to challenge ourselves. Ultimately, what we're doing is about developing, and ultimately it wants to end up being a team or a club that develops under 6s all the way through to our first team. Hopefully that's playing, non-league, step 5, step 6, step 7, step 8, somewhere like that. So even though the wins matter, and even though that's how externally they're measured, there's bigger things that we're working on behind the scenes. That, days like this are going to be tough. You can't have it all your own way. As I've said before, we're in a real league against real teams. I think today's opposition are like 90 years old. How are they only where we are after 90 years? If we're where we are in 90 years, I've failed. I don't think I've failed this season. I don't think the players have failed this season. I think as a club we're moving forward, we're doing stuff, and we'll be in a whole different place in 5 years' time. Today sucks. It feels like it's the end of the season because it's out of our hands now for the rest of the league. But if we can finish it on 2 wins, probably give the lads a couple of weeks off, and then we'll get stuck straight into a very long pre-season, very arduous pre-season where we'll put a lot of pressure on the lads and see where we end up.
It's pretty easy to set on with the lads. You see them at training and stuff like that, so it's pretty easy to get involved with them. I thought it was just a bit of a disappointing result, but these things happen, don't they? So I think the boys are all good boys, so you can easily slip into a team and help each other out, so it's not too bad. I feel like we could be the better team. I just feel like we had an off day. I just think that sometimes you come into games like that, they're more physical, you've got to step your game up, play a bit quicker, but I feel like overall we could have had the edge of them. As a team we were slightly off. I think like the runs being made to going forward and stuff like that, because when we switched game plan and kept the ball and passing it around, it was better than them until like the final third, and it was like the final few passes that was just letting us down. Good, yeah, I've enjoyed it to be fair. I feel like I'm playing better football than I've ever played in my life, so each game I'm feeling myself improve, seeing others improve around me, so I'm enjoying it as it goes along, just taking it week by week.